All right, Computer Applications 2. This is Lesson 5 of the overall word processing lessons that I teach in the Computer Applications courses, but this will actually be the first lesson for the second semester. So all of this will be in Google Docs. I'm not going to show Microsoft Word today because this is compatible with your Chromebooks and really any computer you'll use at the school. So today's lesson we're going to be looking at columns, drop cap, inserting symbols and special characters, inserting date and time. Hint, can't actually do it in Docs. That is a great feature in Word, but not so much in Docs. Inserting images, drawing shapes, inserting text boxes, adding word art, and screenshots. So lots of formatting type stuff in this short lesson. I'm going to go ahead and open an MLA report. This is already formatted for you if you have to write an MLA paper. This makes it very easy to get that formatting correctly. So use these resources. They're there for you. But anyways, I'm going to use this to show you things in today's lesson. So the first thing I said we would do is columns. I don't know why document add-ons came up. Okay, so we're going to go over to Format, Columns, and then you have options. Right now we're at 1. We could go to 2 columns, and it would make our entire document read that way, or even 3 columns. Pretty cool stuff. Drop cap. Drop cap is when you have that big letter at the beginning of your paper. So we're just going to go back to reading normally. And I want this L to be a drop cap. So I'm going to go up to Insert a Drawing, New. I'm actually going to choose Word Art, and it was the letter L. So I'm going to hit Enter. Here it comes. We will make it black, and that's a little more fun. We'll choose Lobster font. Save and close. And there it is. We could change its size just a little bit because it was pretty large. That is a drop cap. Inserting symbols and special characters. I find this especially useful for like mathematical symbols and things of that nature, but we just go up to Insert, Special Characters. Now you sort of have some options between symbols and all of these different things. I'm just going to go with symbols, and let's just choose math because these will be some you might be familiar with, like the sum of symbol. That one's in there. There's a, an asterisk and some not equal to, those sorts of things. So say we were typing an equation in here and obviously there's no not equal to sign, so we can just insert them right there. Those are pretty cool. Things that aren't on your keyboard. Okay, inserting date and time. You are just going to have to type that out every time because Microsoft Word has a great feature where there's all sorts of automating options for that. It doesn't exist yet in Google Docs, to my knowledge. Inserting images. Say down here a ways we wanted to put a picture in. You can choose to upload one that's saved on your computer, find one on the web, something in your Google Drive or your Google Photos. If there's a special link for it, you can choose URL. You can even choose camera. Oh, there I am. So that's an option that you have, and especially if you're working with, Google Docs on your phone. So let's just put one in for fun from the web. We wanted to find a cat today. Oh, there he is. We'll put him in. Insert. Ooh, it came in pretty big. So you can just shrink it down to be the size you need. And then you have some text wrapping options. Right now it's inline. You can wrap the text around it so that and drag it where you want it. We don't really want it in our works cited. Maybe up here. So now the text wraps around it. And you can choose to have it move with your text and margins and stuff. Okay, drawing shapes. So if you go up to Insert, a Drawing, and go to New again, this is where you would go to also do shapes. Shapes are here. You can choose all types of shapes or different types of arrows. I've used those quite a bit. Stuff that you would need for an equation, or even text box type things. So you can do stuff like that. Choose which one you want, draw it on. That'll insert a shape. Now if you want to insert a text box, this is another tool that's just not quite as good in Docs. You actually have to go to Insert, a Drawing, and a New, and then you choose Text Box, and you can create it, and then go ahead and type something in this text box. Save and close, and it'll appear. Maybe. There it is. Okay, but now if I want to edit what's in my text box, it takes me straight back into this drawing. So it's not the handiest thing to change. But nevertheless, you still can use a text box. Wordart, same tool. Insert, a Drawing, New, and if you guessed from the drop caps earlier, your Wordart is just here in the Drawing tool under the Actions. And now you can choose to make something. Science is awesome. Enter. There it is. Now we can change what type of font is it that shows up. You can change the color. You can even change your border weights. So, something to play with to make different projects look more interesting. That's definitely an option. And then, of course, after you've created it, you have the same type of options as you do with pictures to wrap the text around it or whatever you want to do. Finally, screenshots, one of my favorite tools. Say I have something really interesting on my screen and I want to capture it. I hit my Control key and then Print Screen, which is right above my number key back. My numbers, my 10 key numbers, I guess. So after you've hit Control Print Screen, you should just be able to click in your document and hit Paste or Control V. And there is the screenshot I captured. It actually got both of my screens. So then you can crop your image down to where you want it. Just like this. And I know you guys all know how to take screenshots on your phones already, but you can also do it on a computer. And hopefully that covered all of the things we had in our Lesson 5 learning objectives. So, and ideally this helped you and you're ready to use all of these things in your projects. Have a great week.